Sudan. So today I'm full of exhilaration. I don't know why. You know, I've been listening to Black Sharif, Sacrifice, Simmer Down. Bless was the one who actually asked me to listen to Simmer Down this morning. Simmer Down, Aso Eagles, Money. Oh, that guy is so good. So good. So yeah, it's kind of rainy. Yeah, this morning when I woke up, I saw that my car was wet. And I was wondering, did it rain? Did I oversleep? No, I didn't oversleep. So maybe it just drizzled. Yeah. But it's a rainy Friday morning. My name is Kwame Owusudan. So this is Pan-African Television. When we say Pan-African Television, we are not just saying so. It is a television station that is watched across the continent, and obviously we get feedback from those other countries. And so yeah, when we say Pan-African Television, we mean Pan-African Television. I'm always excited when I'm in the company of my very good friends. Sabu Adams is here. Good morning to you, my brother. Today, I must admit, you see, the viewers unfortunately may not see your feet, but the combination this morning is out of this world.
Tomorrow is my salary day.
Yeah.
We'll be having our National Delegates Conference tomorrow. And since about, if I'm not mistaken, since Tuesday, we've been at the Legon Sports Stadium.
Oh, okay.
Trying to put things together. As at last night, I left that place around 10:30.
Okay.
To the house, right from here.
You are in charge of?
I'm part of the media and the communication subcommittee.
Oh, okay.
So we have to make sure that when you people come, you will not be found.
I hope this time around, when Pan-African Television comes, you won't sack us.
No, I don't think so. I don't think maybe
no,
sometimes.
Kofi something. Kofi, what's his name? Kofi something.
Kofi, yes. Kofi, but he's not there. I don't think.
Kofi, when we came there the last time, you know, he said
yesterday I circulated an information that if you are looking for accreditation, today is the right time to come for it. Today that they will open their listing for accreditation for all media people, yes, and then they've also designated some places for you.
Okay. Dr. Ramsey, good morning as well.
Good morning, Council. Well, how can I be well when Galamsey is ongoing and it's indeed a national menace? I'm sure if you drive around the roads of the western region and the central region, you would see it in clear, broad daylight that the menace is still ongoing.
Yeah. It's a sad spectacle. It's something we're going to discuss. And so let's just hold on onto your armory. And when we get there, you can unleash them. Because this morning, that's what Galamsey knows no political color. Honorable Abiy said, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
I love your job. Yeah. Bakope. You have to add Okukudam. Okukudam
with Tafrija.
That was my father's nickname.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he said Orokotopinyo.
Odokotopinyo.
Big brother says to the brother.
That's how you also the sadness. That's how you massacre our names.
I know. Orokotopinyo. They say Omofa Dadiefa.
Omofa Dadiefa.
That one there you got it. It's okay. When we're in Asantimapo.
I don't want to go back to Orokoto.
When we're in Asantimapo, you know I grew up in Asantimapo. That was his nickname. Oh, may God bless his soul. Anyway, such a lovely man. Very stubborn. He used to trip his superiors.
Physically. That's a tough old man.
I remember when Asantimapo Barracks, we have a place called Mayanka in Mampong.
Yes.
So there's the barracks was there, yes. And I think he had an issue with the chief inspector at the time. He was sergeant. So the man was in this. You know, those days they have this relaxing chair, the locally made ones.
Yes.
So the man was there. He was in the sun, relaxing.
without notice.
Like the hell you want to interdict me, eh?
This is what they are direct.
Oh, Mr. Iwanolo Sidaso. Anyway, this morning there are a number of issues we've tabled for our conversation. Burkina Faso military rulers scrap electoral commission. I'm sure Honorable ABF will not be happy with this. Ghanaians will vote NDC out if Mahama fails Galamsey fight. Dr. Tony Edu asserts. Mustafa Hamid, 9 others charged for extorting 280 million from oil companies. Minority walks out over Akwetia MP vacancy row. And then police probe Ablekuma North election violence. These are the topics we've taken for our conversation. I didn't introduce Honorable Ebif. Good morning to you, sir. I trust you are well. Yeah. How is so after the Hajj, what becomes of the board?
Yeah, if it's a board, it means it's permanent for a period, say 4 years. Okay. But this one was a task force.
So what becomes of the task force?
If President Mahama hadn't acted very fast, because you remember in the run-up to the 2024 elections, a lot of the people running the Hajj, in fact the top core, were political appointees and others. And so to a very large extent, it reneged on some of the responsibilities they were supposed to carry out. So when President Mahama was sworn in on the 7th of January, the Hajj, Ghana needed to be represented by the 13th of January, 6 days, within which a structure had to be constituted by Ghana to participate in the Hajj conference.
Right.
That would determine Ghana's participation in that year's Hajj. But for President Mahama's
timely intervention,
I can tell you that would have missed.
So what becomes of the task force?
So he constituted a task force.
Do you know my problem with Ghana?
Yes.
You see how beautifully this year's Hajj was organized, right? We will wait until the next Hajj before we begin the planning, the preparation, and execution. The task force should not, in my estimation, should not be disbanded. I think the task force should be in place, going around the country, soliciting for ideas. How can we better? How can we improve it? How can we do X, Y, Z? If there are some funds that ought to be allocated to the task force for the purposes of doing this, so that we can have a much more better Hajj the following next is every year, right?
Yes.
Next year, then we'll do it. Yeah, but I'm sure they will disband you people.
Yeah, now you are right. What happens is that, like I said, no human enterprise can function 100%. So no matter how...
Which human enterprise are you referring to? Is it the task force?
No human enterprise.
No, I agree.
I'm talking about
in this context.
Yes, so I'm talking about the operations of the task force. It is a task force because, like I said, the president had to institute something in a hurry to enable Ghana participate in this year's Hajj. Otherwise, would have been.
I agree.
So immediately after the decision, the president himself noticed that soon after the completion of the Hajj this year, he will constitute a permanent Hajj board. So a permanent Hajj board, it doesn't change from year to year. So if it's a permanent Hajj board, it may operate for 4 years.
I agree with you, and I'm not in disagreement with you. I'm not actually arguing with you.
Yes.
What I'm saying is that there can be the constitution of the board.
Yes.
But the task force can also be given other functions to perform for the benefit of the
board. If in the wisdom of the president, he's such.
But I'm saying that the president is not a sole repository of knowledge.
Yeah, Kwame.
And we're making suggestions to him.
Exactly.
So he's not a sole repository of knowledge. And Ghana does not belong to the president. It belongs to the people of Ghana.
He runs the country on behalf of them.
Exactly. So our views are important.
Sure. And President Mahama is he's a listening president is not in doubt. So Kwame, I can say without any iota of doubt that being the prerogative of the president, he can decide if he's satisfied with the work, and the High Task Force is making a report to go and report to the president. So if after the report the president is satisfied with the decision, what he will simply do is to maybe take all the individual members, those that he thinks,
and build a Hajj board with them,
and then constitute the Hajj.
That's my problem.
So that is what the president will do. It is his prerogative. I can't sit here.
It cannot be his prerogative.
It is his prerogative. He decides.
But you're exercising the discretion on behalf of the people of Ghana.
You are working towards this, and I can say without any item of that, Kwame, the impressive achievements struck by the Hajj Task Force, including lowering the fare from 75,000 to 62,000. So many other benefits
that not in doubt. I know the collaboration we did with Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
I know this one.
So passports acquisition.
Yes. So we know. I'm saying that it is the prerogative of the president. So he will look at all this and determine. If he wants to keep members of the nation, he wants to constitute a completely new team. That is a prerogative of the president. So, in his wisdom,
do you see so the small wisdom in
what people are saying is that let me make this point. There are people who are thinking that it should rather be a technocratic team. People think that you should set it like an agency of government and constitute it so that it has a permanence.
National Hajj Authority. That's what something. Ghana Hajj Authority. Ghana Hajj Authority. But anyway, let me go for this quick commercial break. We have about this quick commercial break from politics. Stay with us. Masaba, I'll pick your opinion because all of you are Muslims, including myself. I see myself as a Muslim as well.
Alhamdulillah, I'm sure that today's mosque will go with you.
Yeah, that's why I'm wearing white. So, quick commercial break. Stay with us. Don't move with myself.
Hello, Madam Bola. How are you and how is Lagos?
Come in. Lagos Deo. How is Accra?
Accra is fine. We can't complain. Are my fabrics on the way?
Yes, sir. I hope my money is also on the way.
As we speak, my accountant is sending money to you and others at GCB.
Money joins.
That is a lifesaver.
Yeah, Lady D. What's up, baby?
Tia, I got the money.
Oh, that's beautiful. It was fast.
Oh, and guess what? It was so easy and faster than I thought.
I'm busy right now. Let me call you back later, yeah? All right. Love you, baby.
See you soon. Bye.
From country to country, make seamless transactions across Africa with GCB. For more information on PAPS and how to get started, call toll-free on 0800 422 422.
GCB, your bank for life.
I think today we are back. Thank you very much. Thank you. We are back on air. We are back on air. Briefly, Sabu, briefly. My suggestion to government is that I can agree because we must have the board. The board must operate. But the board in itself cannot be a building built in the sky. It must have stills to work on. And I'm saying that the task force within this particular setup, by reason of the exigencies of the time, okay, which led President Mahama to form the task board, has now given us an idea of the possibility of having a task force working pari passu with a board that has been put together for the purposes of ensuring that we organize, a better Hajj. And I'm saying that, don't you think that is a better advice to the president that you can do the board, you can create the board, you can build the board, whatever it is, but you must also have, stills upon which the board will rest, so that we can have a much better, Hajj. I don't know if you get my point.
I'm getting your point, but I just want some clarity. In this case, who builds the board? Who set up the board?
The president will set up the board.
So that is where my brother was coming from. You see, we have politicized it. Ideally, in a real listen, the Islamic Council should have actually come together to form the board with regulations from the presidencies. I don't know where you're getting me.
I get
so that no individual is pointed at as MPP or NDC. And of course, we follow the rules strictly because Hajj, in fact, when you go into the Islamic religion and the rest, performance of Hajj, in fact, it's a college on itself. It is like an institution on its own. And that is why when we are going, we have this kind of, what do you call them, the malams, who will normally be teaching us how to perform it, what to do and what are not. All these people, it is not something that is coming from politics, but something that's coming from religion. So if they allow the religious body to have that particular, but the task force, like we are saying, should have been formed by the government, because when anything happens, they will never fall on the government for assistance and other things. So the task force should be rather, so that with regards to health, security, and the rest, the government will ensure the safety of the state.
There will be regionalization of it.
Exactly.
Task force in the system, within the system region, you can have a head of task force, no upper east, upper west, northern. Anyway, it's just a suggestion.
Yeah.
As Honorable indicated, is the prerogative of the president to determine whether or not we need it at this material moment. But but you've done that. The reason I'm saying this is because perhaps it is born out of how you did your work. How you did your work and how you made Ghana shine.
Kwame, just with your permission, I'm sure the issue in the last few days you have heard, especially because it came on the floor of Parliament, where the majority leader, Honorable Ayarga, indicated that some 2 people were left behind. Yes. I just want to use this opportunity to clear the air. Not a single person under the auspices and aegis of the Hajj Task Force was left behind. Not one single person.
So where's the story coming from?
Yeah, I'm shaving you. Don't touch your head.
I cannot feel it.
No problem. Kwame,
yes, sir.
Every single person who was taken to Makkah under the aegis of the Hajj, except what Allah Almighty in His infinite power and authority has done, that is to take the lives of individuals. I'm sure we lost about 10 people. So apart from the 10 people who died, and let me say that without any iota of doubt, it was not through the fault of the Hajj Task Force. That is the work of Allah Almighty, and all Muslims have accepted that. Kwame, with the exception of them, every single person under the aegis of the Hajj Task Force had come, including the woman who fell sick, and the controversy arose earlier as to the identity of the deaf. Even there, it is through the instrumentality and the work and the action of the Hajj Board, Hajj Task Force, that she was brought back.
For us. How come Mama Yaga?
Yes, I'm coming to that. That's why I said I just wanted to lay the foundation. Obviously, I'm sure the majority there was briefed by somebody, and the person who gave him the briefing did not give him the gamut of the facts that he needed. Kwame, there's something we call bongo. Bongo means those who climb the wall and intruders, those who don't go through the normal channels to perform the Hajj. This year, the Saudi authorities indicated clearly that they were exhibiting a zero tolerance for people taking tourist visa and using the tourist visa to perform Hajj. And so they were going to clamp down heavily on that one. Kwame, unfortunately, these 2 people we are talking about went on that score. They didn't come under the aegis of the Hajj. So they got agents who have been organizing these tourist visas and others. And then they went to Mecca, got stranded, and then this problem came. So that is not the responsibility of the Hajj Task Force.
Big bro, with all due respect,
yes,
there are 2 things here.
Yes.
Either the Hajj Task Force
was not well organized, or Mama Yerga as a leader also didn't use leadership, what do you call it, for lack of better words, leadership, his leadership to come to the floor of Parliament to tell us the exact, because everybody who goes to Hajj, the records are there, their names are there, and even when we are in Mecca, in fact, they normally divide where they camp you, and there are administrators who are taking care of you. So in case of anything, they easily get to know where it's coming from. And if the report was coming from the task force, who are actually directly involved in the management of the people, and then it turns out to be a false information, then it means that
the information didn't come from the
because if it's not from a tax force, a leader as he is, how can he just take that information from somebody like me?
That is why I'm saying that
Parliament and be
that is exactly the point I made.
But if you had it from an ordinary person, he would have actually relied on the tax force and the Hajj board to confirm the information before it comes to the floor. So either you are trying to hide the truth as a party.
I am telling you that
you abuse some PR for
no. I am just indicating to you.
He should come back.
Those two people,
you see,
in fact, he's since
the last 8 years. Have you heard of these kind of things in the Hajj?
West.
Oh, don't Allah.
Okay. When was the last time? If you want to ask go back to even last year,
in peace.
Last year, the organization of last year. If I want to take you to the even a West is.
I think you should listen to Kwame's advice. You should sit up.
No, I'm just indicating to you that this is the right information. The right information.
No problem.
Those two people were not under the
I know that many people normally go through illegal.
Where the information came
from Mama Yerga,
raise it
raised it on the floor.
That is exactly
So was he misled?
There's a missing link.
I said that from the beginning. I said that he was wrongly briefed.
All right.
That is why I'm telling you that this is the information that the person gave.
Anytime I've come here, do you know the information I'm
Let's make progress.
But I come here to say them.
Let's make progress. So what we are going to do, Honorable Ibrahim, is that we will invite you to the studio.
Yes.
And you will give account to the Ghanaian people how the task force was able to discharge its obligation imposed upon it by the President of the Republic of Ghana.
You don't threaten the chief warrior with a mustache.
Okay. All right.
I am every day time to.
Very well. So let's
these are the facts.
And given the, I would have really loved to discuss the Burkina Faso matter, but given the fact that we have very limited time, and also the adverts in the so we'll do it after the first.
His hometown.
Ghanaians will vote out. Ghanaians will vote out NDC if Mahama fails Galamsey's fight. If Mahama fails Galamsey's fight, Tony Edu has said Ghanaians will vote out NDC if Mahama fails Galamsey's fight. Tony Edu. Yesterday I listened to snippets of his interview where he was fuming, very, very, very upset about how we are creating the impression that we cannot fight Galamsey within 6 months. And that one of the reasons why Ghanaians gave the mandate to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was the promise of being able to deal with the menace of Galamsey if he were elected into office. And clearly it's been 6 months. The honeymoon period is over. It's been over for a while, but we are not seeing significant progress in respect of the fight against Galamsey. Dr. Ramsey, let me start with you on this one. Galamsey is a serious national security threat. Yes, sir.
Just about 2 weeks ago, I sat on this platform and raised the awareness again that now we are meeting the menace in our kitchen indirectly, because the food items we buy from our markets, depending on the region that it comes from, if it's coming from the eastern region or the western region, has some form of lead contamination in them, and we know the repercussion when you consume such contaminated food items. Kwame, the country has been battling this fight since 2003, and it seems the political argument has always been, both sides have been, I would say, culprits of this or perpetrated this erroneous crime to the nation. I'm talking about both parties, and every election period we hear whimsical promises coming from various camps of the leading dominant parties on how they would fight the menace of Galamsey. I must be honest here with the government of the day, the National Democratic Congress, that we all campaigned against the abysmal performance of the new Patriotic Party in fighting the menace of Galamsey. Indeed, one of the cardinal sins of the MPP government, led by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Mahmoud Bawumia, was that they passed an LI 2462 to allow companies to go into our forest reserves and degrade our forest reserves and spoil or damage our water bodies. This LI 2462 was indeed the focal point of many arguments in regards to Galamsey and illegal mining. But we all, including the NDC, proposed solutions on how to revoke that LI.
Yep.
To our surprise, and in the inception of their entrance into office, I'm sure that we've all heard certain news earlier on that the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources sought an amendment of LI 2462 And the only amendment in there that they were seeking to achieve is that they would remove the powers of the president to append his signature for the issuance of licenses under the aegis of LI 2462 to miners to mine in our forest reserves. Kwame, that was quite disheartening. That was a betrayal on us as a people and our aspiration to fight the menace of Galamsey. Today, as I speak to you, Kwame, Ghana Water Company is still battling with treatment of polluted water. 60% of our surface water is gone. It's gone. Today, most of the farming communities, heavily farming in cocoa, have had serious degradation of their lands. Yet still, the government is failing to issue a state of emergency in this regards. And I agree with the stance of Dr. Tony Edu, even though it might seem very harsh. But Kwame, it is a necessary evil that those areas should be declared as security zones, and anybody found in those areas should be shot and killed.
That's his suggestion.
Unfortunately, I would have to admit to that because, Kwame, I do not live around the River Pra. But today, I know that if I want to enjoy Banchia Pesie with Contombre, Kwame, I would have lead. Probably, I might be eating lead. And so we should not sit and think that this fight is only at the various forest reserves and these Galamsey prone areas and zones. But it is coming to us at our doorsteps, that the menace is getting to us. And the earlier this government puts in pragmatic measures and solutions, the better. Today, I'm sure most of us have heard that between 2017 to 2024, Ghana lost $11 billion from illegal gold smuggling. Kwame, $11 billion. And we know that most of this gold that was smuggled out of the country comes from these Galamsey activities. So it should tell you the amount of wealth these people have. Yes, it should tell you the amount of wealth these people have. And the measures we need to take in crucifying these criminals, right, Kwame? Because we cannot have the Ghana military just stationed at their various camps doing nothing. We should deploy them to these various sites to fight this menace. We have thousands of them. We only enjoy when we take them for peacekeeping, but we have issues here locally that we need to deal with. If I was a president, I would have deployed the military by now, Kwame, to fight the menace of Galamsey and declare a state of an emergency. Because this menace is getting to us, is going to affect even that ambitious drive of this government to industrialize. Because industries would need water to run. Industries would need water for productivity. The people would need water to survive. Kwame, our agro economy will be affected hugely if our farmers continue to use polluted water for their farming activity. And this is a clarion call to the government of the day that we need to take further pragmatic steps immediately, and we should stop the blame game. The time for blame games is over.
Let us delve deeper into the issues, right? First of all, we must understand why the extent of degradation, if you like, you know, or the extent of illegality that we're seeing across the country. Because right now, it is not only limited to specific regions. Now it's almost everywhere in the country. If you look at the map,
even in the northern region.
Yeah, even in the northern region. If you look at the map right now, all the greens, you know, are being wiped out. So how did they get here? Because to be able to understand where we are going, we need to understand where we're coming from.
Yeah.
And so that we can, put a stop to it. Oftentimes, and again, the argument has been advanced that, the people on the site are not the real, owners of the various sites or concessions that we're seeing the illegality happen. So how can we, now go after the people who are the right people who ought to be dealt with?
Yes.
What should be the starting point?
So, Kwame, if you look at the structure of Ghana's economy today, right, and if you look at the wisdom of the Constitution, which espouses an egalitarian way of managing our national economy and ensuring that there's inclusivity, right, and that every region is brought on board and none is left behind, right, we have failed to uphold to this principle. And that is why you realize that there is a big divide, or there's a big disparity between the north and then the south in terms of infrastructure development, in terms of economic opportunity. And if you look at the current statistics, we have over 1.9 million young people unemployed, right? We have increase in rural to urban migration, right? Because we have lacked the political will to ensure that these various rural communities are well catered for when it comes to their what do you call it, their fair cake or their fair share of the national cake in regards to economic opportunity, Kwame. And so if government should begin to employ tools and policies, right, to form of stimulate the rural economy and ensure that these young people that are there hold on to very well-paying jobs rurally based on the resources that they have. So for example, if you look at Obuasi today, we know that Obuasi houses the second largest gold reserve in Africa. If Obuasi has such blessing, then it is common sense for government to ensure that through their TVET program, they would be able to tool these young people within Obuasi with the skills, right, so that they can be employable by any investor in that mining sector within their jurisdiction, right? This would limit their appetite to now go around these various mining areas. Even the Goldfields landmark, they are complaining about illegal miners infiltrating their concession, right? But if you have a situation whereby there is no clear policy, especially embedded in our local governance system, to alleviate the suffering, right, and eradicate poverty within our rural areas, then this will be the problem. Now we go to agriculture. Today, if you look at our banking sector, Kwame, interest rates are still at a double digits.
Terrible.
So if you are farming cocoa today in, let's say, Konongo, and you have to go and borrow from the rural bank at maybe 20%, 30%, right? You cannot be competitive. It is not feasible in their regards. And that is why most of these landlords or farmers are beginning to lease their lands to Galamseyers, because it gives them some form of quick return, right? And also some form of financial security.
Right.
And so if we are able to tackle the fundamental issues in this regard, I am sure that nobody would have the appetite to indulge in the menace of Galamsey. This is all about survival. Unfortunately, it's all about survival. You understand?
Yep.
If we're able to tackle the teething issues of the Ghanaian youth, because most of the people indulging in Galamsey today are youthful people. We have about 1.1 million people indulging in the menace. And the menace supports a livelihood of 5.5 million Ghanaians. So you're talking about roughly 6.6 million of our people indulging in this menace and being supported. So if we want to tackle this head on, we need pragmatic policy solutions.
Right.
Right? And of course, if you look at the intervention by the SWA government, they tried to bring some gold catching machines and all that. I don't know how that ended up for some form of sustainable and then responsible mining.
We could have even used the drones to fight it.
We could have used drones, but they said that the drones were missing. I don't know if if the drones flew to Burkina, just as it was alleged that some guinea fowls flew to Burkina some time ago.
But in trying to understand, all of these matters, Dr. Tony Edu is quite clear in his mind that if the NDC is unable, or John Dramani Mahama as president of Ghana is unable to deal with the issue of Galamsey, NDC may not win the next election.
I concur to that submission, because Kwame, there's a report that states that in the next 5 years, if we are not able to solve the menace of Galamsey, we, the people of Ghana, would have to rely on the importation of water to survive.
Yeah, the UN report.
The UN report.
I've seen it, yeah.
So in the next 5 years, in the next 5 years, if we cannot solve Galamsey, we would have to import water. So it is an existential threat. And any government that fails to fight this menace head on should not be given another mandate or should be voted out. I concur to that. And that is why at the heat of the election, a lot of people profess some solutions to the menace of Galamsey. I believe that it is very, very important for this government to stop and ban the issuance of small-scale license to miners for the meantime, for a period of 1 year, so that they can have the ability to review. Because, Kwame, when we talk about Galamsey, it is not only these illegal artisanal miners that are involved in Galamsey. Honestly speaking, there was a company called Akunta Mining, which was registered, but didn't have the license to mine in our forest reserves, but was mining in our forest reserves. This is a registered company. There are other companies that have large concession, right, to conduct mining, and they are not doing it in a responsible manner. I do not even think that the EPA has been tooled enough to be able to survey most of these mining areas.
Yeah, but Forestry Commission, we are even told that I have some documents which suggest that the CEO of Forestry Commission, the current CEO of Forestry Commission, has been giving out licenses, even though the president has indicated that an entry permit. You haven't seen the document?
I've heard such.
Yes. It's crazy. But Sabo, let me come to you on this matter, and then I'll come to Honorable Ebi Hussein. Sabo.
Let me take the opportunity to say good morning to our cherished viewers. Good morning to my elder brother, Alhaji Ebi Hussein, the former member of parliament for the good people of Sanaru. Good morning to my brother, Dr. Ramsey. Kwame, your good self. I'm just waiting to see whether the current government will look in your direction. I think it will be necessary. With regards to Tony Edu's outburst on the Galamsey menace, as far as the NDC dealing with the issue is concerned, I think it is the right time to have actually come out to say what he said. And he spoke as one, a member of the party, two, as a citizen, or a concerned citizen, let me put it that way. And I believe all of us here, I don't think there's somebody among us who like Galamsey to continue, or who is in support of the activities of Galamseyers. Or better so, whether any of us is involved. For that one, I can't best tell. Sometimes there are so many people who have even sat on set like this, speaking against the whole thing, and later on, only to find out that they are also part of the whole deal. But I think it's a national issue. This shouldn't be the issue of only Tony Edu. Because whilst in opposition, the current government, that John Dramani Mahama and his team, made Ghanaians believe that when given the opportunity, within the next 100 days, they will make sure that they bring Galamsey activities under control, if not totally halted. And like you rightly said, as we speak today, the activities of Galamsey has rather found acceleration. And it is rather even moving beyond what we handed over to them. today it is very clear, like I said the last time, and it is still there. When you are traveling and you get to Enyinem, I mean, it is not like in the forest, just by the roadside. Galamsey is ongoing there. There are so many places they themselves have come out. And Kwame, I think if during the MPP time, maybe because it was the first time we were embarking on such operations and excavators were getting missing, I think it can be tolerated or accepted. But after having had the NPP experience, as we speak today, almost about 70 something or is it 90 excavators that are gone missing. As we speak, because the last time my brother and my senior Dr. Mutara Mohammed was actually also complaining about 40 excavators gone missing. Recent times we've heard of Hanabisu or so also come to say about 30 something excavators gone missing. And the rest. And the statistics are there. They are in the media out there. So I think it is something that we need to sit up. We need to depoliticize the issue of this Galamsey. Kwame, if you can remember, the case at, what's the name of that case in Ukraine, where, may his soul rest in peace, I'm not trying to remind the family and the friends, Captain Mahama. Major Mahama, thank you very much. The place that the thing happened. Look at the kind of utterances that came out. I mean, that is their livelihood. They are Ghanaians and this and this. And this gentleman, I mean, who is a patriot of Ghana, was sent there to make sure that Galamsey is put under control. What happened? He ended up, I don't know, I think there were some promises made to the families. If well, only God knows whether up to date that promise is being adhered to or whatever. But Kwame, what I'm trying to put to this is that people like that have lost their lives in the fight against Galamsey.
Indeed.
Yes, and even in the midst of that, we had people who were also saying that the current government, that it was the right of the people to also have a source of livelihood. The government should find something to, hence the creation of the, what they call the community mining, this and that, they should come together, and the government, the previous government, gave them training and then gave them concessions as to like, so that they can be controlled and other things. But nonetheless, there were so many people who were going around doing Galamsey. And Dr. Ramsey, I agree with you. You see, when you talk of illegal mining and the legal mining, yes, there are two things. If you are registered at, I mean, even if you are registered within the same place, but you are given certain criteria as to how to go about the mining, and it is within the same place, and you avoid those two criteria and start doing something different, that will be harmful to us. It's an illegal activity. Yeah. Because it is not backed by law. What you sign on paper, that thing is not there. So not necessarily even moving from one place to the other. But the issue of our contact mining moving, that's another issue. It is still in the court. And I cannot confirm. Yes, I will not actually say it is not true or it is true. But I'll wait for whatever the courts will bring. But Kwame, my problem today, as we speak, like he was saying, and I've been saying this year always, the food that we eat, the water that we drink, and I'm told the chemicals that they use sometimes even go deep down into the soil.
Yeah, it does.
It means that it can even reach the waterbed. And then you are in your house far away from the Galamsey. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Because it uses the force of capillarity. Is that not it? To rise. So it can actually move into our various homes. Me, that I depend on my house. I'm not connected to the national distance. I'm using borehole. That's a mechanized.
We are all together, my brother. Me and you.
Thank you. So you can imagine maybe the kind of water that we are actually bringing to our homes and the rest. And then Kwame, you agree with me to the pure water that we are. Not all of them are pure water. I hope you know the definition of pure water very well. But do you think all of them are pure water? Some of them just go for tap water.
I mean, it is really sad that we are experiencing, because when we were young, you know, penny.
Exactly. Yes.
They even had one in this ceramic pot.
Yes. With a rubber cup. Yes. We drink it. Yes.
When I was in Asantuma, we used to swim in the river.
No, yes. Yes.
Fishes in the river.
No. Will you even jump into that river today? Will you go?
I will even go near.
Exactly.
Those days, the carrots, you just you wash it and you.
Yes.
Ghana. Hey, why are we doing this to ourselves?
So Kwame, I think it is high time myself and my brother, and then Dr. Ramsey, will put our political colors aside, then come out as citizens to fight against this menace. And then also, as much as we are trying to fight against this menace, we must also ensure the rights of our citizens. Sometimes they go beyond bounds fighting against these things. Because I just saw a video, I don't know whether it is making rounds on social media, a gentleman that they had a Galamsey, and the security people were just kicking him in the distance. I mean, very nasty. Very, very, very nasty. You have guns, you have, and I cannot even see, I don't know how it started, because we are only seeing the video, they kicking him. We don't know how he attacked, whether he attacked them or whatever. But once you're able to subdue him to that level, effect arrest. And then take him and then let the Lord deal with him. But you are not the one. But Kwame, is that the best? No, it's not. Is that for all you know, Krano, he is a wrong person. For all you know, maybe he's a farmer or a hunter or something, but he's caught at the wrong place. So why not listen to his side of the story first? So I think, Kwame, we are not enemies. And nobody's against somebody's livelihood. And nobody is trying to thwart the effort of somebody to live a decent life. All that we are saying that all of us collectively, we must try to find decency within the places that we work. So that together we can grow Ghana.
Thank you very much. Honorable Ibefuseni.
Yeah, Kwame.
Yes, sir.
Good morning to you again.
Very good morning.
My brother, Dr. Ramsey, and my friend and brother Sabo, and his MPP paraphernalia.
Why you say we should move party colors? I thought I was going to move it.
And replace it with a Friday jalabia like I'm wearing.
He said tomorrow is MPP Salah.
We are celebrating our Salah.
Because I hear that even they are even in trouble because some the subject matter of litigation
to that effect.
Yes,
the person has come out there.
It's not one. There are two. There are two persons.
No, yes. Sam
so you still have a question to answer.
Has come to that. Even he himself is preparing to come to the grounds. Okay. And quite apart from that,
but
there's our constitution. What they are doing, there's a suit. The absence of somebody cannot stop us from organizing.
They are saying that there is a procedure.
And I'm saying
before you get to that decision where you are today, you have jumped the fence. You have put the cart before the horse. They said there's a process. You don't, and you yourself, you know that you don't jump over the landlord. You don't jump over the landlord's feet to patronize his bedroom. So, Sabo, let me go on with mine.
The documents have a saying that it is only the owner of the room who knows where it is leaking.
But the room is not only leaking. In fact, it has no roof. It has no roof now.
This is this is how.
In fact, I'm only saying that you are talking about a leak. In fact, now you don't even have a roof. It's not leaking. Yeah, Kwame. Good morning to our viewers and the good people of the Southern constituency and Ghana as a whole. Kwame, let me say without any iota of doubt that I believe Galamsey poses an existential threat and is a huge obstacle to our economic development and progress as a nation. Because take it or leave it, even if you just consider the issue of health and the implications it has, where you are talking about 13 rivers polluted beyond, some are saying beyond redemption, but I believe that we can redeem them if we take the right actions. Massive destruction of our lands today to the point that where farmers, even in many areas, have been denied their source of livelihood. Not to talk about the dangers that it poses to our food chain and supply. So, Kwame, there can be no iota of that. But let me make it abundantly clear, Kwame. The NDC is not like the NPP in the fight against Galamsey. I can say, without any iota of that, since President Mahama came, Kwame, and up to date, things have been done. The issue is whether what is being done is enough and meets the expectations of us as Ghanaians in the fight against Galamsey. So, Kwame, I want us to make a clear distinction between the two. Because the impression seems to be created that, oh, there's nothing being done. And it's just business as usual as happened at the NPP. Because, Kwame, the NDC has not espoused a philosophy of party hiasika, on the basis of which you legitimize and use state power to guarantee people to do, where it even becomes clear that party chairman, district chief executives who are doing illegal money and the attention of government has been drawn, you brush it aside. Kwame, I'm sure you just heard that even on the basis of allegations that were made against the national organizer of the NDC. I'm sure you've heard that. Kwame, is it not in the public domain?
It is. Two of the
and then my brother Abanga.
Yeah, Abanga.
They've been asked to be investigated. Look, compare that with MPP, where even their chairman was there on television showing us gold. I'm sure you saw it. You see, we anya shika this shika koko, shika koko, shika pudo.
But I think we don't know what people are.
You see, Kwame. So these people don't compare this with the NDC. So Kwame, I can say without any other, Kwame, you have heard the formation of the Blue Guards. Blue Water Guards. They have gone on the Ankroba River, Kwame, a number of times and bent chamfans and destroyed mining equipment. So the Minister for Lands, Honorable Kofi Amabwa, is working. Yes, Kwame, I can say, look, there's a film that is going around where Galamsey village, whole Galamsey village, Kwame, I'm sure you saw it underground, was burned down and destroyed. Kwame, if we had had actions like this under the NPP, for them to put a foundation and then these measures will be anchored on that one, but Kwame would have made more milestones. So I want us to place that discussion in proper context. Things are being done. The fight is on. Whether or not we have carried the fight the way maybe everybody expects us to do, so aggressively, Kwame, is the issue, and I have my opinions on that. Kwame, I think that if we have seen it as an existential threat, I believe that we must adopt more drastic measures to be able to fight it. And I am of the opinion, I side with people who think that in those particular selected areas where the menace of Galamsey is so terrible and exerts such an excruciating pressure on us, Kwame, we must declare a state of emergency. So I agree that a limited state of emergency must be declared in those areas. And then we mobilize whatever material and logistical resources that we have to go into those areas and deal with those problems. I remember I saw a very chilling video of Honorable Hanabisu. And I salute the woman, Kwame. Very courageous. You went there with the girl there, arrested people, and some people from this one were trying to even get them freed, including even some police. I heard some police officers or something. I stand to correction. That's what she herself said, that the police, local police commander there. Exactly. So Kwame, I think that we need to adopt more drastic measures to deal with this menace, especially where people are carrying arms and resisting arrests, including foreigners. Foreigners have the impudence to come to our country and get in illegal activity, and when they are confronted, they wield weapons to stop the onslaught. Kwame, that impudence must be stopped and stopped resolutely. So I want to make an appeal to His Excellency the President to look. Yes, I salute him for the commitment he has exhibited so far in the fight against Galamsey. But I think that we need to accelerate the pace. We need to accelerate the pace because we need...
what is government's policy on the fight against Galamsey?
Kwame, I just indicated some of them to you as the onslaught they are mounting in some of these mining areas to track down and deal ruthlessly with the Galamsey menace.
I agree. That is how do I even describe it? That's like a knee-jerk reaction. What is the bedrock of that knee-jerk reaction? What's the foundation upon which we've built, some of these things that we're doing? Because you see, and I'm happy you brought in the issue of Hanabisu going on to this. Is that her job?
Kwame, she part of her remit is to deal with
no problem. I don't have a problem.
Yes.
But you see, The point is that we need to know which ministry is in charge of what, who is doing what. What is the plan? What are they doing? Are they what are they doing?
It's under the Ministry of Lands.
Brilliant.
So that one is not, there's no dispute about that.
It's under Ministry of Lands.
Measures that the Ministry of Lands has outlined in the attempt to deal with the Galamsey menace. The minister has come out many times with that number.
Okay, have we been able to deal with the Galamsey menace?
So Kwame, are we not dealing with it?
How have we dealt with it?
So that is why I just gave you that this information that they have the formation of blue water guards to deal, and they are already undertaking expeditions into the Cobra and other rivers.
Let me go for this quick commercial break. When I come back, you continue. Quick commercial break. Stay with us. Don't move a muscle.
Hello, Madam Bola. How are you and how is Lagos?
Kwame, Lagos day. How is Accra?
Accra is fine. We can't complain. Are my fabrics on the way?
Yes, I hope my money is also on the way.
As we speak, my accountant is sending money to you and others at GCB.
Money joins.
That is a lifesaver.
Yeah, Lady D. What's up, baby?
Tia, I got the money.
Oh, that's beautiful. It was fast.
Oh, and guess what? It was so easy and faster than I thought.
I'm busy right now. Let me call you back later, yeah? All right. Love you, baby.
See you soon. Bye.
From country to country, make seamless transactions across Africa with GCB. For more information on parts and how to get started, call toll-free on 0800 422 422.
GCB, your bank for life.
No promise though. Welcome back from our commercial break. Hey, Panafrican, you put me to trouble one of these days. So we're having a private conversation. You just put me on TV. What is this? Why do people do that? Oh no, please proceed.
So Kwame, that I want us to be very clear in our minds. It is not the lethargic era we have coming from, where even top officials were complicit. And when that was brought to the attention of government, it decided not to act. President Mahama's government acts. And I'm just giving you the example of the things that have started. The blue water gas on the Cobra and other rivers, destroying mining equipment under the aegis of the Minister for Lands. And clear here, the Minister for Lands is at the forefront of the fight. So it's clear which ministry and what policies are in place to fight. So Kwame, I side with those who think that yes, something is being done, but we must accelerate the pace at which and the tempo at which things are being done. And I salute that very profusely, because this illegal mining and other things pose a serious existential threat to our nation and our people. And so going with drastic measures to deal with it before it causes even further damage is the only way out. And so, among others, the suggesting that a state of emergency be declared in those Galamsey prone areas, so that we selectively close those areas down, Kwame, and tackle them headlong. I think that for me is a signal, and I know President Mahama is a listening president. This matter, he must consider it as a matter of national emergency, and take steps for us to deal with it. Kwame, the issue of there should be a zero tolerance for mining in our forest reserves. Zero tolerance. This is a matter. Why do you put up a forest reserve and then open it up for people to go and plunder? Kwame, if you meet anybody mining in the forest reserve, you deal drastically with the person, irrespective of whoever or whatever political chieftaincy. Because I hear even some people even mention the names of some chiefs. involved in Galamsey. Because Kwame, I want to say without any item of that, Kwame, if a chief is determined that no Galamsey will take place in his area and he has control over his people, anybody manning his area, master, you can't succeed. They will simply mobilize all the people of there to come up against you.
Do you know why I'm saying that?
You see, so all of
the NDC is just playing some hanky-panky game with this fight against Galamsey. Do you know why I'm saying that? You listen to some of your commentators and they are saying that there is real threat in unemployment, and they leave it at that. So what does that mean? That means that the people who are doing Galamsey, okay, the fact that the people are doing Galamsey is what has taken the burden of government in relation to unemployment issues. So those people have found themselves jobs to do. Even though, so now then they go forward to say that, okay, then we should expedite the community mining, what's it called? Yes, that we want to introduce as government. So there is no clear plan. That's why I'm saying that what is the plan? For instance, and I'll say this, during the campaign, Alan Chamantin, the movement for change, and the Great Transformational Plan was very explicit that the first 3 months we will do this. Second, the next 3 months we will do this. So there was a plan. What is your plan? You are not telling me your plan.
It's a plan.
What is it? Where is it? How can I want to see the plan?
The Ministry of Lands.
And then the minister is not. Then the minister is not.
The minister is. Kwame, let's be fair.
Holding, organizing press conferences.
Kwame, not press conferences.
And then inaugurating Blue Water.
Just inaugurate.
Honorable, we are serious. He was
on the Cobra River. I'm not talking about just inaugurating.
What are you talking about?
Oh, he was on the Cobra River doing what? With the Mugas, destroying equipment on that river.
What are you talking about?
Yes,
so the fact that go back there right now and see if they are not there.
So Kwame, I can tell you that on the Cobra River now they are not there. In the section that they went.
Massa.
They can be in other areas they have not yet reached. Kwame. And Kwame, and let me tell you something. You know that, Kwame, if you don't put any degree of permanence in the distance, why? Sometimes they go there and chase them out in the morning, and they go there to mine in the night. So that's why I told you that.
That they are there.
No, I've just told you that until you provide evidence that they are there. They've been chased out.
Provide evidence that they are not there. No, now as we speak, provide evidence that they are not there.
The one who alleges must.
No, you are also making a statement of fact. You are making a statement of fact.
You are alleging.
I am disputing your statement of fact.
No, you are not disputing. You are alleging that.
I've not alleged.
You are alleging that it's a sham that they have been this and that.
I have not said that.
So once you are alleging,
I have not said that. So you are saying that because of the timeous intervention by the minister.
Yes.
We don't have shamfans and illegal miners on our water bodies. I'm saying that.
No, what you are saying. I didn't say on our water bodies. Please.
On our Cobra. It's on Cobra, not the water body.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that, so you go on the Cobra and see whether they are there.
I need proof.
If they are there, I'm telling you they are not there. That's a proof. So go. So when you finish here, unlike you, in fact, unlike under MPP when you were passing under the bridge, some fans were even under the bridge by the road. So you don't talk. I am telling you that we have ventured into the Cobra, unlike you. That's why I try to draw a distinction. Look, no, I'm saying that.
The whole state of our Cobra.
Look, I am even saying that even 2 feet straight of the Cobra, if we have the read depth of Galamsey, we are better than you. I'm saying that under the bridge by the road. Some folks were operating under the bridge by the road. But I'm just indicating to you that
not the whole of our Cobra.
Kwame, there is a clear difference, and that's why, Kwame, I'm sure if you had listened to me, you see that me and you we are speaking on the same page.
No, you don't.
Because I am saying that
what he's saying is different.
Something is being done. Whether that something that is done is enough and vigorous enough as we all want.
So what is the state of our Cobra?
It's the issue, and that's what I'm saying that
I said we do that.
We should declare a state of emergency and expand the scope of the operations against the illegal mining activities in those areas.
So, bro, what is
so that's why I support what you are saying.
We understand. So, what's the state of our Cobra today as we speak?
It's more. Let me give you the answer. Simple. It's more sanitized and cleared than it has ever been before under your regime.
You mean it is more sanitized?
Far more.
And clear.
Yes, and in fact, so people are beginning to say that even Kwame,
let us try and get sample of our Cobra maybe the next time we have him here. Or better say they can get
any.
Bro, stop saying this.
Yes. Kwame, they should bring information and let's see.
Because you see, this Galamsey thing,
yes.
This Galamsey thing,
so Kwame,
it's serious.
Yes,
this Galamsey fight.
But that is, Kwame, that is the reason why I have joined calls that we should declare state of emergency and launch a vigorous campaign against it. I agree with that because I see it as an existential threat, and the fact that it not only is it giving us the potential for terrible diseases with the water that we are taking, because some of the heavy minerals like what do you call it, mercury, cyanide, and chemicals, you know, they are not things that you can see on the surface. Like that, when the water is the turbidity levels are very high, but this one is embedded deep in the water and mingles with the water that dissolves into the water that we take. So these are existential threats, and I am 100% in support of the fact that we should declare a state of emergency in those endemic areas. All right. Move, Kwame, even if we have to move the military. So what is stopping yes, that is my question exactly. That's what I was going to ask. That's why I'm saying that I want to believe that President Mama is working out mechanisms to get sure that this thing once is and Kwame take step to declare a state of emergency.
Do we see this as an existential threat? Yes, is that how we view it? Yes, as a country.
Kwame, the question is that
as a government,
seeing it as a disaster, I believe government does, and then also working out the measures to ensure that, because Kwame, before you move, you don't move and go back. So you must make sure that you get everything right. And that's why I want to believe that President Mama, in his listening mood and also in his vision of ensuring that we have a Galamsey free environment, is taking his time to frame those policies. And once you move, you don't go back. And I want to believe that and pray that he moves as soon as possible on this issue of the declaration of state emergency and get the requisite logistics into those many areas.
Let me ask you a question.
Decisively,
let me ask you a question.
Yes.
You alluded earlier to the fact that the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources is the ministry that is in charge of dealing with the issue of Galamsey.
Yes, yes.
Good. So, has the minister made some recommendations to the president, to the federal Mr. President, given the exigencies of now, given the fact that Galamsey is actually getting out of hands? To be able to do my work diligently, I need you, Mr. President, to declare a state of emergency. Has the minister done that? Kwame, because that for me will be the beginning.
Kwame, me sitting here, I can tell you that the conversation between the minister and His Excellency the President, I'm privy to it.
I'm not saying you're privy to it.
Yeah, because for the question you ask, you have to indicate.
I'm not saying you're privy to it.
When the minister is speaking to the President until it becomes public, nobody knows what he's telling.
But I'm saying that. So that is why I asked you. Yeah. Do we see this as an existential threat?
Exactly.
So do we see the how should I even put it? Because you see, Honorable, with the greatest of respect, and look, this is not politics. This is about the survival of our people. And so when it comes to these matters, I don't care whose ox is God. The truth is, one of the fundamental issues raised during the campaigns has to do with Galamsey.
Yes.
And we were very emphatic about the policies that we're going to put in place in order that we could address him.
Yes.
One of that was dealing with the issue of the LI.
Yes.
I do recall LI 262.
2462. Yes.
We said we were going to what's it called? Revoke it.
Yes.
Deal with it.
Yes.
We have not till today.
Yes.
Number two, that we're going to have a clear roadmap in dealing with the issue of illegal miners who are already on us. This thing, we have not done that. Number three, that we were going to initiate the process of community mining. We have not done that. And in 6 months, are you telling me that if we considered the issue of Galamsey as a life-threatening national security issue, we would not have been, we would not have put these mechanisms in place in order that we could address him?
Kwame, that's why
if you have a list of things, the scale of preference, you know this, economics, there's a very basic rule. The most important need is what you put up there. And for me, where we are going with this Galamsey issue, it appears that it is a matter that we are not serious about.
So Kwame,
we're just playing lip service to Galamsey.
Kwame, without prejudice to your sentiments,
How do you want to?
I just, Sabo, let me make up.
Who are involved in
Sabo, you had 8 years and you did virtually nothing.
No, yes, I'm not telling my
You're
story.
not only nothing. In fact, you encourage people to even commit these atrocities. So it's like an accomplice, notorious mounting the pulpit on Sunday to preach to people. So after you are out, don't talk about it. When you were there showing gold medals to us on television from the process of Galamsey, you don't talk right. Clearly, everybody acknowledges that something is being done. And Kwame, yes, there can be no doubt about that. But Kwame, you know, I'm sure you must know what it takes to declare a state of emergency. You can't just come to power and maybe within 3 months you declare a state of emergency.
Or you can do
no,
if it is necessary.
Please. You didn't even 8 years was not enough for you to even contemplate. You didn't even think about it.
But
so Kwame, I'm with you about the passion and other things about you speak about this thing, and clearly, as I am in favor of the fact that the measures we have taken so far, though very good in combating Galamsey, are not enough, and it's important for us to escalate the matter, and that is why I think that the next step, the declaration of state of emergency and other measures must follow. And I know that the Minister for Lands is talking to the President. I believe that this particular matters we have discussed here are matters that are of concern to him and which he is aware can enhance the fight against Galamsey.
Speaking from personal knowledge that you know that the minister is talking to the President.
He's talking to the President. Every day, the Minister brings the President on developments that are going on in respect of the Galamsey matter. So he's talking to the President. So Kwame, that is why I'm saying that in talking to him, these are important matters that he must bring to the fore. And I believe that I have heard, for instance, that Cabinet is taking this LI 2462 to ensure. And I am also of the opinion that we have indicated that we will abolish it. We should be abolished without any this to amend it. It should be abolished. To give us a very solid ground on which.
For him to explain, just a question.
Okay.
Yeah, the state of Galamsey. What's the state of Galamsey now?
Better than it was.
I'm not saying it's in comparative.
We have not, Kwame, we have not been able to extinguish Galamsey, but it's better than it was.
Do you know my problem?
And I think that it can still be better. It can still be, Kwame, take me on this premise. It can still be better, and you and I and all other civil society organizations must continue to urge government to work towards, like I said, the declaration of state of emergency.
Thank you.
Into those Galamsey-prone areas.
Thank you.
LI 2462 must not be amended. I think it should be abolished. We have given an undertaking that it should be abolished. It must be abolished.
Thank you very much.
Let me also
my problem with how we do our politics in this country, and indeed, Honorable Ebi Fuseni will tell you that everything in this country is about, everything in this world is about politics. Even the way we eat is about politics.
Yes, it's politics.
So that one, I agree. But the way we do our politics, to the extent of, dealing with all matters from a partisan perspective, to the neglect of patriotism, is what sometimes really offends my emotions, if you like.
We are together.
So that we're saying that something that it has the potency of killing all of us, and we are just literally just looking at it from a political partisan perspective, really is something that amazes me. And I'm happy I'll be highly indebted to any government that says that, look, because of where we are going to take these measures to ensure that immediately we deal with it. They may not be popular, no problem, but they would have left a legacy.
Better late than never. You are hearing, I can assure you, by the grace of the Almighty Allah, these issues that are of concern to all of us, and we are all talking, which I believe as patriots we are doing in the right manner in the interest of our country, will be undertaken.
Very well.
Take it from me. President Mama will do it.
That yes, we know that the menace of Galamsey is as a result of the huge unemployment that is faced by young people in this country. It cannot be an excuse, but it's also a factor when we are looking at a vivid analysis of the menace. And, yes, and indeed, if you want to uproot a tree, you tackle it from the roots. Kwame, let me say that, and I'm proposing to this government that going forward as a country, we are well endowed with natural resources, and we must ensure that at least 60% value addition on all natural resources that are mined in Ghana should occur by law, that nobody will be allowed to export any mineral from Ghana in its raw state without 60% value addition.
That's why we started Gold Board.
And in this what do you call it, policy intervention, it will create some form of economic development for various what do you call regions, and it would also bring in some job opportunity for the young ones, because if you are adding value to lithium today, you know that the lithium project has stalled because of the fall of lithium prices in the world market, but that has affected us. But imagine if we had policies in place, right, to add more value. We had resource factories that were leveraging on that resource. They will be still operational, and we would produce batteries to be able to power the economies of the fourth industrial revolution. That should be our way in terms of dealing with the menace of Galamsey.
I can indicate to you that the government of President Mahama has already initiated this value addition thing, not only even for our minerals, even for agricultural products.
Yes.
So, for instance, government has signaled the decision to ban all raw export.
Yes.
The same as for cashew. And so I think that if we expand it on our value chain, I believe that it is in the supreme national interest. We will create more jobs, add value, and earn more from
But Honorable, on a very serious note, in regards to the policy document proposed by the president, in regards to the 24-hour economy, I can say that I don't want to use harsher words, but I think we have to be realist in determining the outcome of this policy. We have to be real with ourselves. If you're telling me that you are going to give some form of incentives to producers for electricity, right, that they will pay lesser electricity at peak hours, now we are bedeviled with a huge debt, which is an albatross on our neck, about $3.7 billion. Today, Ghana loses 40% of electricity due to transmission. So, and this is as a result of archaic infrastructure.
So that's what.
And so, Honorable, if we don't tackle these things, and you say that you are going to give some form of incentives for power, and then increase investment in the production sector without tackling the transmission aspect, it's much ado about nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure you are aware that government has, through GRIDCO, undertaken a serious revamping of the archaic and dilapidated transmission lines to reduce the losses. I'm sure if you go to GRIDCO today, they will tell you that a program is in place.
It's in place.
They are progressively updating their distance.
Can you give us an example? We are leaving. Give us an example.
I'm just telling you that GRIDCO is revamping the infrastructure in many areas across the country. You want me to tell you, you want me to mention those things? And secondly, the 1 CD on levy on fuel. To retire that debt, so that it then frees the house.
Honorable. Thank you very much. I think the next topic. Respectfully. No, we can't land because he's had his turn. You have yours. Let's move on to the next topic. Mustafa Hamid, 9 others charged for extorting 280 million. Because round of once in the ground, Mama Bibi. I remember, you know, I was sent to I'm not saying like, you know, but you know, sometimes when you go in there, you know, but once in the crowd. But it's good if I'm taking the 1 CD. I'm sure the 1 CD would have come from the 280 million. Is it true, Sabo, that during your tenure, the party had given, if you like, financial task to specific agencies to be allocating funds to the Jubilee House and to the party? It is alleged that NPA, the CEO, was supposed to give 1.5 million Ghana cedis every month to the presidency and 1 million to the party headquarters. Is it true? And if it is not, why are we now hearing that some 280 million Ghana cedis, is it Ghana cedis or dollars? Cedis. Was misapplied.
1.3 billion to 200.
Yes, Massa.
Yeah, Kwame.
Yes, sir, Massa.
It's good you are asking this question.
Thank you, sir.
I have been in this party since 1992. And I've been a communication member since 1996. Up to date. And I know the in and out of how the party normally finance our... In fact, one of the biggest budget in managing our party is the communication outfit. True. So if there's any inflow of cash or whatever, it is the communication outfit that fills it better. And I can tell you that communication in terms of finance and other things was better managed during President Kufuor's time than this particular time. So if this allegation that 1 million, even that is just one particular institution, so if it's indeed as the policy of the party that institutions will be contributing money to the party for this thing, and this 1 million is coming to the party and other things, and we've gone to, when we went to the opposition, even December, just December and the rest, we were not able to, get stipends and the rest.
Stay there.
No, let me come. Let me come. And the rest. So does it mean that the party or these CEOs and the rest gave the money to the party and then the party refused to give it to the communicators, or what are you trying to refer? Quite apart from that, during President Kufuor's time, we heard of that kind of kickback the NDC was talking about. That there was kickback when you go for contract and the rest. 10% kickback. As we speak out today, they could not tell us the accounts that those monies were being paid, because they said their contractors even brought, if the contractor is going to pay that money, he will pay it into a particular account. So today they should tell us those 1 million, how was it? Because the IOCO is there, the special prosecutor is there. There are so many other institutions, Ghana Initiative, Integrity, and whatever. Definitely, they will have monitored this activity for the 8 years. So they will be able to track any of this money to its final.
The fact that you may not have received any stipend does not mean that
others,
no. First of all, others did not receive stipend. That's number one. Number two,
no, I am telling you,
the fact that
today, as we are even organizing our national delegates conference, we are struggling to finance most of the things. So where is the money?
Fantastic. That's a brilliant question.
And I'm telling you that money didn't even come. You
do not have the benefit of that information.
No. Who are the managers of the party, and who are those organizing the national delegates conference? Or don't you think they are seeking for re-election? They want to do things better so that they can throw remaining power.
You were not.
So do you think that they are shooting themselves in the foot?
Sabu, listen.
Oh no, there are certain things common sense cannot even take.
Sabu, common sense is very important in this discourse, and so common sense.
And I'm saying that common sense cannot take this.
No, because the point is that you were in this country when Muhammad lost in 2016, right? Right? Do you remember? How the MDC struggled to raise money. Do you remember? For the 2020 elections.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes.
So
that are you telling me they sat on the kickbacks?
No, what I'm saying is that.
So is it different from what I'm saying right now?
No, you are not getting my argument. If you listen to me carefully, we would have a very intellectual conversation.
I'm listening.
I am saying that the fact that you did not receive some of the stipends that came to the party does not mean that it did not come. Number one. Number two, the fact that the party hierarchy is unable to organize anything now does not mean that the money did not go to some people who have decided perhaps not to bring out the money because they don't know the fate of the party in the next election. They want to protect whatever it is that they have. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. Number three, you also do not have the benefit of the information that I have. And I'm telling you that it is alleged, even though I'm using alleged because I'm a lawyer, I need to be careful, that some monies were paid to the Jubilee House, some monies were paid to the party for the purposes of running the internal communications of the party. Maybe the money went to the wrong person. Well, that is what you should do.
Very good. Yes. And you ask me, and I'll give you answers. I am part of the management of the New Patriotic Party.
Oh, okay.
I'm an executive member.
Okay.
So I'm part of the
Did you get a
managers.
contract?
No, let me come. Kwame, but
No,
I'm
I want to know because
at least, you know me. I'm very sincere. Of course, I've had contract at fire service before. I've had supply.
When was this?
Before.
2020.
I had contract at Bojagbawi.
2020.
At least, you asked me. No, you didn't ask me when. You just asked me whether I had contract, and I'm telling you the contract that I had.
At the time you were taxi, so they were afraid of you. In 2024, they were not afraid of you anymore.
Forget of that. so call me. But yes, on a more serious note,
yes, sir.
That is why I actually prefixes with my how long I've been in the party. So I just wanted you to know that I've passed through many managements, and I know the ethics of the party. And I know it doesn't matter whether it is me who is there, or it is Dr. Ramsey, or it's my big brother who is there. The point is that there are certain ethics. Whoever you are when you come, you follow those ethics. I have a getting me. And our sources of funding has always been from our membership drive.
Okay.
I have a getting me. That is how, and of course, we also have other affiliates abroad and the rest, who normally also donate to the parties and other things. Thank you very much. And I am saying that when a party is in government, yes, I agree, because most of the ministers and then most of the appointees might come from the party. It is not, of course, it is in this country, it is not a constitutional order that everybody should come from the party. But most of the appointees might come from the party. And because they are from the party, whatever earning that they get, they also try to pay some remittance to the party for the running of the party. So, of course, it makes the party flourishes very well. But where there's an illegality involved, and you say that somebody was able to transmit or even transfer some amount to the party, then I think this thing is inconclusive. You should be able to go further to tell us how these things were done. So as the likes of me like Sabo, who didn't even get a hint of this money, will now get to know that, oh, so this is what happened within the party. Then tomorrow when I'm given the opportunity to come and sit here to talk about it, then I also tell my side of the story. And I am telling you my side of the story that if indeed such money had come to the party, I don't think the party will be struggling as we speak today with its finances and the rest. Do you get me right? Nothing of that sort. So those who, like you just said, he who alleges must prove, what do you call it? Prove his this. Is that not it? So those who saying it, of course, and I mentioned those stakeholders involved. The special prosecutor is there, Iyoko is there, CID is there, what do you call it? Ghana Initiative Integrity is there. I mean, they are there. I mean, these anti-corruption agencies, they are there. Is that not it? So, do you mean tell me that this 8 years, because from the statement, it means that it has been something that was going on monthly basis. I don't know whether he said it monthly or weekly or whatever, but which means it was something that was routine. And when something is routine, it's easy to track it. It's easy to track it, to know how it is moving and the rest. So you should be able to tell us how the kickbacks were done, so that we can also take it from there as party members to go further to make sure that sanity prevails in the party and the right thing is also done and the rest. But today, he himself has come out to deny it. It is also in the news, is that not it? He has publicly denied what they have said and have challenged them to give a proof. So we are waiting to see what they can bring to the table.
I love you. Yes, my boss.
I know that beyond the general principles of the covenant between the people and those who exercise power on their behalf to scrupulously adhere to accountability, that is an issue I think those of us in the political space ought to accept as a challenging reality we cannot run away from. So I think that when tomorrow comes, everybody has an opportunity to account. And so the accountability process must not, of necessity, elicit vindictive motives when it does come. And for me, I think that our people have a saying that if you haven't stolen, you don't run in the market. So I want to believe that accountability to us, a politician to account is like tantamount to accusing a dog of barking. It should be a normal process for us, except that like I say, it should be done within the ambit of the law. And Kwame, you people have been saying that I am not a lawyer. Sometimes commenting on legal issues, you are not careful, may land you in the jaws of the law for what do you call it? You have your term, you say sub judice or whatever.
So, yeah, when the matter is sub judice.
So I want to say that fighting corruption and malfeasance and others in government is a bounden duty of government to ensure that resources of the state are retained for the benefit of the good people of this country. And so if at any point in time that exercise is being undertaken and undertaken in good faith, everybody should applaud it if it is in good faith. But Kwame, I want to underline it with not just the legal maxim, but the maxim of fairness indicates that we should treat everybody from the legal maxim of innocence, that everybody is innocent until proven guilty. So for now, I'm not sure anybody should be in a hurry to sentence anybody or pronounce anybody as being guilty or corrupt or something until the law takes its course. So in the exercise of the duty to ensure we protect state resources and the purse on behalf of the people, we should do whatever it takes to safeguard that. But also be cognizant that there are rights and privileges for individuals in the course of the trial and whatever goes on. And I believe that it's something that will come out of the law court.
Very well.
Upon which we so I would just say that let's exercise whatever diligence that we have in protection of state resources.
Okay.
But also assert the rights of people of their right to innocence until we are able to take them through the course of the law and determine that they are guilty. Until that one, let's uphold their rights.
Thank you very much. Doc, take us home.
Council, you didn't let me land, but
hey, you are still thinking about that. Land and continue.
You know, we belong to the butterfly movement.
Land and continue.
Anyway,
you are most often in the air.
Hey, well,
I've been knowing that very well.
Kwame.
Yes, my boss.
There's a saying that power may place you at the high table, but justice serves everyone the same meal. In the case of the former MPA CEO, Alhaji Mustafa Hamid, it is quite, I would say, unfortunate that such huge sums of monies are being reported to be stolen from the coffers of the state through illegal means. I seated here, I might not have the merits of the case, but I can relate to some antecedents, right? To be able to, I would say, assume, right, that indeed it could be true. Kwame, you quite remember that under the SWA government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who has captured the party and is sidelining the very own President John Adjei Kufuor, who has come out to cry about this issue of party sidelining him.
You have it.
Oh, I know. Alhaji Sabo, you know that I am the best person to even speak about this issue.
No, but
I am the best person to even speak about this issue. So
you are not with us. How do you know that he has sidelined him?
I would not want to open.
But I know as a better fly to the place.
Oh, so Kwame, I mean, we quite remember during that regime that there was a case where a certain party apparatchik of the MPP went to the former Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, Professor Frimpong Boateng, and said that party Hiensika Do you quite remember?
I do.
There was also a CDD report, 2020 CDD report, that stated that some party apparatchiks or elites were being financed by drug dealers and illegal miners. You understand? So that when they come, they will support their illegal activity and be able to sustain certain political operations. It is quite axiomatic, Kwame, to know that the public purse has been the source of finance for most of these political parties and their activities. It is quite apodictic. We cannot dispute that fact. And that is why we are calling for some form of reforms, including the reform of the OSP office. So that the OSP will be an absolute independent anti-corruption crusader. If you have an OSP who derives his powers from the Attorney General's department or office, then he is not independent and he can be influenced by some form of political manipulation. You understand, Kwame? And that nobody will say that this is a political vendetta or persecution, political persecution by the government of the day to their opposition figures. This menace of corruption is really robbing us of the very funds that we need to alleviate the suffering of the ordinary Ghanaian people. That is what the people are calling for. If the likes of China were able to alleviate over 900 million people out of poverty within a span of 30 years, why aren't we thinking and ensuring that we put the love of the people first, the love of the nation first, and not our personal interests, to eradicate the suffering of the ordinary Ghanaians? Today, Kwame, go and see our various hospitals, including the ones in Accra today, Kolebu. It's a graveyard. Look at the various, go around the streets of Accra today. Look at how women who are wielding kids at their backs are gallivanting the scorching sun and the street of Accra to make a living. Look at how young people and even elderly people who should be at home today enjoying their pensions, Kwame, are still working tirelessly to survive in this country. This country is meant for us, and we ought to have leaders that can be able to solve our issues and not go in there for their own personal interests. In fact, we see a lot of these erroneous crimes perpetrated on the people of Ghana, and it goes unconcerned. We would hear, oh, we are investigating, and then it's off. It's off the books. A country where I trained, China, Kwame, if this thing had happened in China, by now, you would have read RIP to the names of a lot of these political elites. Yes. Because you would be prosecuted and you will be sentenced to death. That is a punishment. 240 or 30 million cedis is enough money to solve a lot of issues that we are dealing with in this country. And you know the funny thing, Kwame, when they steal this money, right, we do not benefit from this money as a country. They would launder it outside and go and support the economy of our colonial masters, rather than even creating some form of economic activity here so that they can even employ the teeming youth of this country. They don't do that. This money is laundered to benefit other countries and their banking sector. So I think that, as Honorable A.B.A. Fuseni reiterated, this issue is in the hands of the investigator, which is, I think they've been summoned to appear before court on the 23rd of July. I am not privy to the merit of this case, so I cannot speak to it, but I know that in general, our political elites and the political class is failing the people of Ghana. Corruption, 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 corruption has been one of the themes that Ghanaians have really shown some form of serious sentiments about, especially people who wield in very, very sensitive public positions. And it is time we put an end to it. We cannot fight corruption 100%, but we need to be able to bring in the policies and strengthen institutions that are meant to fight or eradicate corruption in our public polity, so that we can have some form of judicious use of our resources and enhance the economic development and the social welfare of our people. That is what the people of Ghana are calling for.
Thank you very much. When are you visiting my law firm? You see, you come. You guys will come visit.
I'll come.
I'm here
I'll come.
for the first time.
Yeah.
Which part of Osu?
I don't want to be advertised, so I'll tell you after the show.
Oh, but it's
you can't do that. It's against our ethics.
Okay. Conflict of interest.
Yes.
No, so if I'm a client, so if I
have a law firm,
you are solicited,
to show people that I have my law firm here. If you have a case and you want to go to court,
so you don't advertise. Why do you put billboards on your?
Yes, that's in front of your office.
So why do you do that?
That's the fact.
So you can't.
That's what I can say.
You can't have a social media page.
Oh, we can.
So is your ethics?
Let me say Osu is too big. Osu is too big.
Osu.
Well,
Which part of Osu?
Around the Presby Church.
Okay. I think you guys should also call for some amendments of the
thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Sabo. Thank you, Dr. Ramsey. Honorable, it's been a pleasure. Sabo, it's been a pleasure.
Tomorrow is a big day.
Today I'm going to.
Today is our celebration
to the mosque.
Are you people coming?
But I wonder why they are doing it on my birthday.
I'll be there. So let them come.
Okay.
There's an adjustment on your thing and you are here.
Why are you celebrating this injection?
There's an adjustment. I'm wondering because why someone knows there people you are collapsing and then your building is collapsing. You are asking them whether your roof is standing.
You see, we are down for today. Have a very wonderful day.
President Kufo says that now
I will see you on Monday. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Hello, Madam Bola. How are you and how is Lagos?
Come Lagos day. How is Accra?
Accra is fine. We can't complain. Are my fabrics on the way?
Yes, I hope my money is also on the way.
As we speak, my accountant is sending money to you and others at GCB.
Money don't enter.
Daddy is a lifesaver.
Yeah, Lady D. What's up, baby?
Yeah, I got the money.
Oh, that's beautiful. It was fast.
Oh, and guess what? It was so easy and faster than I thought.
I'm busy right now. Let me call you back later, yeah? All right. Love you, baby.
See you soon. Bye.
From country to country, make seamless transactions across Africa with GCB. For more information on PAPs and how to get started, call toll-free on 0800 422 422.
GCB, your bank for life.
For years, the Ghanaian passport has opened doors, across borders, across dreams. Today, we step into the future. With the new chip-embedded passport, Ghana is safer, more secure, and ready for tomorrow. We're working around the clock, literally, introducing 24-hour passport services, e-tracking at your fingertips, courier delivery to your doorstep, a 30% reduction in fees, and you get your new chip-embedded passport in under 15 days. All